Heyo, Natsu here. So right now I'm going to start part 2 of what if Deku was like uh, had a spider-like quirk. So has spider powers. Okay, yeah. So in the last part ended it right after Deku escaped the sludge villain and started training for 10 years without All Might, with saying that now I'm going to do the explanation on how Tsuyu got one for all. So, Tsuyu, basically All Might, for a few days afterward, didn't find a successor yet, until he passed by, basically an event where multiple heroes basically went together. So All Might was there, basically not in his hero form, just in civilian, and was basically there to kind of just relax. So Tsuyu, a teenager, was there with some of her friends, and basically what happened to make All Might want to give the quirk to her was that an accident happened. Basically, there were rides and other stuff, basically that were made at that spot. Stuff started malfunctioning for some reason. I'm not going to explain. It basically was just an accident. Practically everyone left. Heroes basically helped in getting everyone out. But someone basically got stuck because of one of the machine bugging, which heroes wanted to help. The problem was that what the person was stuck in was basically a bug that normally closes, and then think of it like a slingshot. Basically, you're in a ball sitting, and they launch you far in the air, and basically you just kind of have the massive pressure, gravity pressure, and stuff like that while turning around. She was basically stuck in there. There weren't any heroes that were strength type directly, so a lot of them had problems. That caused basically what happened was that another of the rides basically broke and started falling. Basically broke one of the pole that was holding it. So the person inside of it was basically stuck under a lot of things, and Tsuyu was basically the one who was able to go help. Basically just kind of saved the person before everything crashed down thanks to her tongue. All Might saw that she was heroic and decided to at least talk to her about it. He asked her a few questions. She answered in a way that made him think, okay, yes, she is okay, and basically decided to train her to give her one for all. At first, he didn't say that it was for that, and didn't show his muscle form. No. He did show his muscle form. He just didn't talk about one for all. He just said he was going to train her. For the next few months, basically not the full 10 months, only 6 months, that it took her because she was already trained, she already knew how to use her quirk, her body, she was already way stronger than a normal person. So she didn't have as much training to do. At the 6-month march, uh, he basically told her about One for All, explained that he wanted to give it to her, which she decided to accept. This is the moment where, afterward, she trained for the next 4 months with it, making her already able to control about 5% of One for All without breaking her bones, and putting it about all around her body. Why am I saying that it takes this short amount of time? Well, because Tsuyu doesn't overthink compared to Deku. And she also understands explications a lot faster for some reason, which I find funny. So, when All Might told her about the glass, basically, what she did was more or less see how much she could put on her body before it hurt. It took about 2 or 3 months for her to finally get the hang of it. And she had a lot of broken bones and stuff like that trying to control it. All Might pulled a few strings to be able to bring Recovery Girl to at least help her. So, when the UA entrance exam happens, she already has 5% of One for All under control on her body completely. So, if you think that's too fast, well, I don't think so. To be honest, yeah, no, that's a big spoiler. I'm going to stop. I'm not going to say that. But yeah, so basically, her and All Might became a lot closer already. She hadn't met. All she knew was that she's going to go to you. Sorry about that. She's going to go to UA for the entrance exam. Just a second. Sorry about that. Okay, so now the day of the entrance exam. Deku didn't fall because basically, just like Spider-Man, he is not Spider-Man, but Deku still has that small ability. He has a perfect equilibrium, meaning that no matter how he is placed, if he's upside down, crooked, or whatever, he always has a perfect balance. So, it's extremely hard for him to actually fall without it being on purpose. And even then, sometimes it wouldn't work, so yeah. So basically, he didn't meet Ochako yet. So, during the speech before that, the written part of the exam was pretty easy for Deku. Deku shouldn't have had any problems in the anime, even though he trained a lot more, so less studying. This time he had a perfect balance of both, so he basically got a perfect score. It's been so long that I didn't do videos that I'm starting to have a little more trouble speaking again, so sorry. But yeah, basically he got a good amount of points, 100%. Then we go to the briefing with President Mike, which basically the only thing that happened there was Ida asking about the zero pointer. So after that, they go to the city, which I don't remember if Tsuyu was in the same city as Deku, but if she was, I'm changing her to another city. So yeah, basically, Deku, Bakugo, and Tsuyu all have a lot of strength. Basically, Tsuyu is in the same city as Bakugo, with a Bakugo that has a lot more control and a lot more power. So, I'm basically going to say how it happens in Deku's city and then in Bakugo and Tsuyu's city. First of all, Deku City. Since Deku didn't cause any problems, Ida didn't have to go and talk to him. Neither did Ochako. So, Deku basically just waited. When President Mike started counting, Deku got ready, and the moment President Mike said go, Deku basically slung webs to grab to the door and basically pull himself exactly like a slingshot a lot faster in front of everyone. Making Ida a bit scared because what the hell was that? Going faster than him. Until he just saw a multitude of robots basically just stop moving and then being pulled back by a single kid without him touching them. Which made him think a telepathy quirk, on top of looking like a spider a bit. Everyone else started going, and Deku basically just kind of kept breaking robots. And he kept counting his points. 20, 23, 25, 27, and basically kept going up. Once he got about 130 points, a bit more than that, but still about 135, he basically started looking around and saw that a lot of people were still looking for robot, until he kind of just realized, I just stole a huge amount of points. I should leave some for the others. And basically decided to just climb on the wall and kind of stay up on the buildings. He looked at everyone and basically just realized that, yeah, people seem to have a good amount of strength. He saw precisely Ida, which was fast and thanks to his legs was able to break through them. He saw Aoyama with his lasers and very fast. He realized that Aoyama could not use his sword to a good amount because he seemed to be in pain. So didn't really matter to him. He saw Chaco, which was getting a good amount of points as well. And basically just kind of kept looking. At some point, he basically just kind of decided that, you know what, I'm going to help some people. Basically seeing that some people were having troubles getting points. So he got down and basically started using his webs to grab some robots and basically stick them in place. Everyone saw that he was making webs and sticking the robot, but not destroying them. Well, destroying a few to get more points, but leaving a huge amount of them there. People didn't realize until Deku screamed, "If you want them, come and take them!" Which made a lot of people basically run for the ones Deku stuck there, since they couldn't attack anymore. So Deku was just basically looking around, helping people, destroying a few robots here and there, making Ida at first angry until he basically just stopped and started considering the same thing as in the anime. He's helping, which a hero, their job is to help. So basically thinking that's what he's doing. He's getting points in another way, which yes, is giving him points because that he does save some people at the same time, basically sticking the robots that are about to hurt someone and then just leaving them there for the person to destroy them. So he was getting a good amount of points until the 0-pointer showed up. Ochako got stuck on the rubbles. Everyone started running away, but Deku basically started running straight at the robot. He stopped, well no, he didn't stop next to Ochako, but did grab the rock with webs, pulled it off, and then grabbed Ochako with other webs and tossed her towards Ida, screaming at Ida to take her to a safe place. Which Ida grabbed Ochako and basically just bolted. Deku, what he was doing was basically that he jumped and just started webbing the robot. A lot. As much as he could and tried to impede its movement. Because of its wheel, the webbing basically just caught in it, which basically made Deku think, I won't be able to do anything, until he just looked at the buildings around and decided to think, if the buildings is what's holding him, will he be able to push it? So he started putting webs on the robot and attaching it all the way around on the buildings, grabbing the arms, the head, putting basically webs all around, which was starting to slow him down a bit. Deku then thought, okay, now it's time to destroy it. So he decided to go to the softer parts and basically just went inside and started breaking everything, making the robot break before the time ran out. So he did destroy the 0-pointer, destroying a good part of the city at the same time by putting webs on buildings, slowing down the 0-pointer, but still breaking the buildings in the end. He didn't lose points for that, at least. When he came out, Ida and Ochako were basically coming back towards him. Ochako still in Ida's arm, simply because Ida kind of stopped thinking about it for a while, and went to so that Ochako basically could thank Deku. When Recovery Girl arrived, she helped Ochako and basically told Deku that he did a good job protecting people. And basically that's the end for this part. Now let's go for the part with that's that for this city. Now let's go to the city with Bakugo and Tsuyu. So for them, when the countdown started, Bakugo prepared himself to to blast himself forward, while Tsuyu put 5% around her body and prepared to jump. When the gates opened, basically two blasts of winds basically just pushed everyone backward for people that were behind them, because a massive explosion and a super jump. Basically, they were just going straight forward and breaking robots. Tsuyu with her tongue sometimes helped people, taking them out of the way of a robot or rubbles or whatever. And basically, over time, between Tsuyu and Bakugo, it basically became a competition, which made both of them go and destroy more and more and more robots. Until the Zero Pointer showed up, which Tsuyu and Bakugo basically went both at it at the same time, just because Tsuyu was told by All Might, try to see if you can destroy as much as possible, as well as helping people. So she basically did it. She saw the Zero Pointer as an obstacle, something stronger than the others, and that she has to be able to break. Bakugo basically just saw it as another target to practice his shot against. So both of them together did break it, so and yet it kind of ended up like that. Since Bakugo's power would make him stronger than Izuku since he's weak to fire, since his tread will burn under fire, and other stuff like that. But Deku is still winning because he's able to move out of the way or grab Bakugo with his webs and basically put his hand in a way that he can't burn him directly. So yeah. Nezu afterward talked to a lot of teachers about what they saw there because they realized that, okay, we have 3 extremely good students this year. One that basically got about half of his point from helping people while having over 300 points, which means a huge amount of points. One student that basically destroyed a lot of robots but also got a lot of health points, well, hero points, getting about 240 around there. And then a third one which helped people sometime more by accident by exploding some robots. Yes, he wanted to help, but he wasn't just kind of pushing people out of the way or something like that. He was literally just breaking robots. But still got a huge amount of points. Those 3 are pretty impressive and were able to break the Zero Pointers. So they were interested in them. Yes, one of the 3 did it by himself while the other 2 did it together. But still. So, after continuing, they waited for their letters. Bakugo talked with Deku a few times, saying that he got more points until the points came in, which Deku was first, Bakugo second, Tsuyu third. So, yeah. Making everyone basically that saw those points pretty freaking impressed. Deku, 300 and so points. Bakugo, 278 points. Tsuyu, 248 points. No, 243 points. Sorry about that. Basically, those 3 had a huge amount of points, which is pretty impressive. Mostly when you count that Deku saved a huge amount of people, and if he broke all of the robot on top of that he could have broken, he would have broken All Might's record, which he just didn't seem to want to. But in reality, it's basically just that he thought, I have enough points, I'm going to get enough, so he didn't really care. After everyone... You know what? No. This part is going to be done for now. Hope you liked it. Like it if you... Like it if you did. I'm going to leave my Discord in the description. Sorry for not having a comment section anymore. YouTube is literally shit. because for some reason now we can put comment on video targeted for kids, but also it's having problem putting comments on videos that aren't marked for kids or 18 plus. And I'm not going to put 18 plus for all of my videos since, well, practically all of the people that are subbed to me basically aren't verified. So pretty sure most of them are kids. Which means it would be kind of not very useful. So yeah, if you want to talk to me, you'll have to go to my Discord now. Well, ciao. Natsu, out.